One of my absolute favorite portrait ghosts is the encounter with Uncle Grimly. Okay, some backstory here. When you try to enter Area 4, the door locks and the power completely goes out, and sort of what feels like an intermission for the game. Now, I've seen a lot of people on the internet who hate this little sequence, as it mainly just requires you to backtrack to older areas to solve the puzzle to turn the electricity back on. But I don't know, I think this is one of my favorite moments of the entire game. All the rooms are dark again, and tons of ghosts come out of hiding in rooms where you previously saved. Nowhere in the game is safe anymore. There are even some specific spooky spirits that only spawn during this sequence. And maybe now that I'm a little older, I can admit that, yeah, they probably did just add this to the game to make it a bit longer, but I could never shake away the feelings this gave me as a kid. It really raised the stakes for me, almost like all my efforts were in vain to save Mario, and in my opinion, is a completely unexpected shift in tone for the entire game, even for one that's supposed to be scary. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not saying this is designed that well. EGAT tells you absolutely nothing about where you're supposed to go. Same guy who can read ghost hearts also just says, screw you, Luigi, figure it out yourself, bro. Now, I actually didn't know about this until recently, but the only clues the game gives you are access when you enter a telephone room in Area 4. Toad tells you to go down to a breaker room. Wait a minute, you're in the mansion that I'm in. How are you calling me? The other phone has Professor EGAT, who for some reason calls you on the phone here, instead of, the Game Boy Horror, which is how you contact him the entire game. From here, he says the ghost named Uncle Grimly might have the key, and then he likes rooms with mirrors.
Yup, that's really helpful. What's next? Aunt Melinda the ghost who likes carpets? What's next? Uncle John, he likes walls? Like, come on, EGAT, you can narrow it down a little bit more. Use your big brain.
So yeah, you may as well just enter every room, honestly. I mean, that's what I did as a kid. It turns out that Uncle Grimly is hiding in the wardrobe room, which has one mirror, not mirrors. EGAT is a liar. The reason this is one of my favorite fights in the game, though, is the rich lore behind this character. Grimly's biography states that he mainly just likes to be left alone, explaining why he would only come out once total darkness hit the mansion. But what I think is most interesting is how they convey this character's emotions with his own fight, as in Uncle Grimly doesn't put up much of a fight, if any. This ties into him just looking super depressed. I mean, I don't know, I think there's a lot of interpretation for this character. And at first I thought maybe it was just in my head that this fight was easy, like maybe I was just imagining less pushback than normal.